Welcome to Sushi Bites, the AI-generated podcast from FOSS-ID, where we slice through the noise and serve up sharp insights on software supply chain integrity. I'm Shinobi, your software composition analysis ninja. Today's topic, license drift, when open source metadata lies or just gets lazy. Joining me is my co-host, code surfing and sarcasm-enabled Jen.
Thanks, Shinobi. I'm thrilled to be here, scanning the truth out of every package.json, one misleading license declaration at a time.
You seem excited.
Let's just say, I have strong feelings about metadata that doesn't match reality.
Let's break it down. License drift happens when the declared license in a file like package.json or setup.py or even a README doesn't match the license in the actual source files. Sometimes it's a simple oversight. Sometimes it's an outdated copy-paste. And sometimes it might be a deliberate choice to make software look more permissive than it actually is.
Or as I like to call it, IP risk with a friendly face. Because a mismatched license might not throw a runtime error, but it might break your compliance pipeline. Or worse, your merger or acquisition deal.
Most development teams rely on metadata to make fast decisions like, it says MIT, so it must be fine. But if the source code actually contains GPL, AGPL, or dual license components, you may be inheriting unexpected obligations, like source code disclosure, patent clauses, or incompatible license stacking.
And let's be real. License drift doesn't announce itself. It hides, right until someone with an audit checklist finds it.
License drift is especially common in forked or modified libraries, projects with multiple maintainers or legacy contributors, AI-generated code where reused open source isn't always attributed, components with poor or inconsistent documentation.
Oh, and don't forget about transitive dependencies. That one sneaky package that pulls in a whole chain of mismatched licenses like it's building a compliance time bomb.
This is where sophisticated SCA tools with multi-layered detection methods and deep license intel like FOSS-ID come in. We can't just trust the metadata. We analyze the actual source files, line by line.
And that's where the magic happens. Because FOSS-ID, for instance, detects licenses based on the actual license headers, SPDX tags, copyright notices, and yes, even partial code snippets. Wait, Shinobi, wasn't this technology named after you?
Yeah, someone decided license extractor was a more fitting name than Shinobi. Whatever. That was a little hurtful, I'm not going to lie, but anyway. That multi-layered inspection of notice files in source code means if a component claims to be MIT, but contains GPL-covered files, you'll know. Before legal does.
Or before a lawyer at your acquirer does.
If you're building embedded systems, distributing software, or preparing for M&A, license drift isn't just a paperwork problem. It's a business risk.
Especially when an outdated or mismatched license can derail your audit or introduce obligations you never knowingly agreed to.
So what's the lesson here? Metadata is helpful, but it's not always honest. When it comes to open source license compliance, trust, but verify, at the file level.
Because when metadata misleads, you could be shipping software with invisible strings attached.
That's right, Jen. And that's a good point to finish with. Thanks for listening to another episode of Sushi Bites, everyone. Subscribe for more episodes on software supply chain integrity by going to sca.ninja/podcast.
Great talk, Shinobi. Even though the marketing department dropped your name from the license extractor technology, you're still everyone's favorite SCA ninja.
Thanks, Jen. You're the best.